Good afternoon. Tony Dottino, founder of the USA Memory Championship, and been working at this, how do we improve our mental fitness, our memories, for now, it's going to be almost 30 years. It's like 28. It's like, whoa. Started the first USA Memory Championship in 1997, and been working at it ever since. We're going to be in the process, we are in the process of doing our 26th USA Memory Championship this year. And I'm getting today's Harvard Medical School newsletter. I get this Harvard Health letter on a monthly basis. So I'm looking at the February issue. And in the February issue came a brochure suggesting that there are some things we can do to improve our cognitive function. And we can purchase this guide to cognitive fitness. And as I went through the flyer that was included, I note that, my goodness, this is what we've been talking about in our online course, the 6 key factors that improve long-term cognitive health. And I'm so glad that we have someone in such a thing as Harvard Medical School basically backing up what we've been talking about for the last 5 or 6 years. And so it's important that we all recognize that there are things that we can all do to help improve our mental functions, our memories, our comprehension of information, and realize that whether we were gifted at birth or not, as many people think, there's hope for everybody. And there are some simple behaviors and changes in our day-to-day activities that can make a difference, some of which we probably have heard over and over again, and some of which we realize, my God, how do we get a handle on this, and how do we learn the things that we can do to improve our mental health? So I'm going to read you what the Harvard Medical School is suggesting, and then obviously you can go back and listen to some of my Live with Tonys and pick up some more details. But our nutritional habits would be number one. So our nutrition. Do people ever stop to think about nutrition? We think of nutrition as it impacts our heart, right? So I get this Harvard Health letter, and it's always telling us about what we need to do to improve our cardio health. And boy, nobody wants to die of a heart attack, and heart disease continues to be a major issue in terms of mortality and our life expectancy. And so everybody pays attention to our heart health and cardio fitness. But how many people link a healthy heart is also good for a healthy brain? And a healthy brain, things we do for that would be good for a healthy heart. So see if you can test me out on that. Well, obviously, we've all learned about the importance of foods. And the foods that we eat that make us healthy for our cardio are also good foods in terms of things that help us with our mental fitness. How about exercising? Our food choices have an enormous impact, but the right exercise protects the brain against the effects of getting older at any age. And so how do we exercise properly? And do we realize that exercise is really 3 components? One is our aerobic. What are we doing so that our breathing is good? What are we doing to make sure that our muscles continue to stay in tone and flex? And third, how do we do for the flexibility of our knees, our ankles, our hips, our shoulders, neck? What do we do to continue the work we have to do to promote flexibility and good mobility? Number 3, how about getting enough of sleep? And I've had a bunch of Live with Tonys talking about the importance of sleep. And as people have told me over and over again, yeah, I know I need to get sleep. I don't like getting up in the morning and being cranky or feel like I didn't get to sleep all night long. But my God, my brain is going. I've got insomnia. My goodness, I've got all kinds of challenges in my life, problems I'm trying to deal with, family issues, spouse issues, parents that are ill, job that's concerning me. And boy, I know I need to get sleep, but my God, there's so many things going on. So I've done a number of live with Tony's talking about how do we at least, maybe during the middle of the night, you're getting up, get out a piece of paper and start writing down everything that's keeping you awake. Every problem and issue that's going on in your head. And it's a simple thing that you can do to begin to at least unload your brain. So one of the things your brain is doing when it's keeping you awake is, I want you to remember this, I want you to remember this, I want you to remember this, so therefore I'm not going to let you go to sleep. Because we know we go to sleep and we tend to forget some things that we're supposed to remember. So therefore, let's get up, just have a pad. Just nothing difficult, just have a pad next to your bedstand and just get a pen there and just write down the things that are impacting your ability to get a good night's rest. That's number 3. Number 4, challenge your brain. What are some of the right things you can do to build a stronger memory, a stronger base of creativity, a brain exercise, a brain workout, as we may call it. So what are some things we can do? And that's the USA Memory Championship. How do people remember the names and faces of people they meet? So we have a names and faces event. How do we remember numbers, strings of numbers, addresses? How about directions in our car? Now we have MapQuest and all kinds of fancy apps on our phones that help us not to even think about remembering. The same with our phone numbers. We just go pull up the app. And so is that making us brain lazy? And does it take away from some of the things that we do to continue to build cognitive fitness, our ability to build mental stamina and keep our brains working as well as they can? Are we basically using them? And you've heard the expression, use it or lose it. Well, are you using your brain with enough of mental challenges on a day-to-day basis that are complementary to your work that you do, that help you to build stronger memories and stronger brain circuits in terms of your head? How about number 5, nurturing social contacts? How many broadcasts have I done on Live with Tony talking about the importance of social interactions? What can we do to maintain good social contacts? How do we build friendships and make new friends? How do we, and possibly our old friends have moved or they've changed jobs and they're not in the neighborhood anymore. So what do we do to build good, strong social contacts? We realize now today that social interactions are crucial and important. Feeling lonely or isolated is not a good thing for your mental health. And I'm not telling everybody you've got to be the life of the party, but my goodness, talking with people, watching them, sitting out a window, if it's cold, just sitting out in the window, watching people walk by and to see what they're doing, driving by in a car, and what kinds of cars are they, the dogs, pets that they're walking. You know, what do the pets look like? Are they friendly? And do people look like they're enjoying the walk? Are they stopping and talking to neighbors? And just the friendly atmosphere that you might be able to build. Sometimes I'll just sit in a ball field and watch kids play ball and listen to the parents and the conversations that they're having while the kids are changing innings and stepping into the dugouts and they're going out to the field in the next half inning. And then last but not least, what are we doing to manage our stress? Chronic stress, obviously we know enough about it now. It creates an inflammation in our brain. It creates inflammation in our body. It has that fight or flight. It floods the body with cortisol. And we know that an excess amount of cortisol is not good for us. And that it actually breaks down the whole body. It's not, and it also has obviously an impact on the brain and our cognitive function. So these were the things that this brochure that came in from the Harvard Publishing School came back and talked about how to boost cognitive function. And these happen to be the things that we've been talking to our audiences about for the last probably 5 years, that are things that we know that science today and people are finding today that make a difference in long-term mental function. So take a look at our website. You may want to just take a glance at the USA Memory Championship. You may want to look at the long-term benefits of the 6 steps of long-term mental health, and maybe maximize memory mastery online courses and see if they may give you some help in terms of your long-term mental function. midweek, it's Wednesday, and off we go. A couple more days, we get to another weekend, and we're here in Florida. We have finally gotten through the cold spell, and we're beginning to have some 70-degree days, and Friday's supposed to be 80, so I'm delighted with the warmer weather that's showing up here in the Windermere, Orlando area of Central Florida. Have a good night. We'll see you on Friday.